But I felt a lot, okay, because of this exceptional protester. I had missed this yesterday. Of course, there's always protesters. We've got to protest Trump. We got to protest for the next 4 years, okay? But this person got really clever, and they must have spent a lot of time at the arts and crafts store to pull this together. It's a guillotine protester. Let's just throwing this back to like the French Revolution. It says this. It's a guillotine. I don't really know what I'll say. It says, "Come get some." And I'm not sure about this placement of the LGBT flag, the pride flag, next to this person. Can you zone out again, guys? Rerun this clip. Because when you see the guillotine next to the pride flag, you're going, is this a threat to gay people and lesbians? I don't like this at all. This is terrible. Are you going to start chopping their heads off? Is that what's happening here? And I don't know why "come get some" is spelled wrong. I'm not sure what it's really about, but I want to say that I really appreciate that protester, because that person at least took a little bit of effort. You know, he gave a little bit of effort into hating Donald Trump and his supporters. And it was an extraordinarily cold day to be guillotining anyone. And so that was exceptional. But I'll tell you what Trump has done in the last 24 hours. It is a long list. Okay. And we're not going to get to all of it, but you can see why people are crying on the internet. Okay. First and foremost, he granted clemency, as he promised, immediately to roughly 1,500 January 6th defendants and commuted the sentences of 14 of them. He renamed the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. And yeah, we're coming for you, Panama. You know it's coming next, Panama. Somebody here in the chat is definitely listening to the show from Panama. They're like, why are we? I don't know, but you're on the list and we're coming for you. As I said earlier, he designated cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, which will allow him to just go over congressional powers to get things done once they are officially designated as terrorists. He ended DEI programs in the federal government. So this is crazy, but you might actually have to be good at your job. Like being black or being a woman or being trans is not going to get you the job. You're going to have to just actually write down your skills. Wild, insane. So much hate. I can't stand it. I don't know why he's doing this stuff. And then, even crazier, he formally recognized that there are only two sexes, male and female, to be recognized for the federal government. So even worse, when you apply for a federal job and you are looking and it says, which sex are you? You're not going to get 27 options anymore. And that's very sad. That is very, very sad to hear. Trump is doing that. He pulled us out of the Paris Agreement again. Okay, that obviously was the Climate Accord agreement. I can't believe there are people dumb enough to believe that giving taxes and money to the government is going to change the temperature. It's incredible. And my favorite thing is he withdrew the USA from the World Health Organization. Yes, okay. We talked about this on my other show, Shot in the Dark. It's coming back at the end of this month. But the World Health Organization is essentially a way, majority controlled by Bill Gates, okay? It's a way to control the world. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievably corrupt. Yes, America gives way too much money to the health organization. I think it's Bill Gates first and then America. And it's very obviously has nothing to do with health. And so I'm so glad that he's done that. That feels like something that's a part of the Make America Healthy Again initiative that we're hopefully going to get from RFK Jr. And so you should understand, obviously, that people are upset and they are crying already, and they're going to keep crying, and we are going to hear plenty more people refer to us as Nazis, as white supremacists, as internalized misogynists. It's all coming. And the best way to look at that, ladies and gentlemen, is we really are so back. I am just thrilled. I'm still smiling from yesterday's inauguration. All right, before we get into this next story, you guys, I want to remind you about preborn. Some terrible and things that are happening is that actually some great news that's happening is that the abortion pill reversal treatment, there actually is that, which provides women with a second opportunity to choose. And it's going to bring so many babies back to life. When you join forces with Preborn Ministries, you get to empower women to reverse the curse. What you might not be aware of is that even though Roe was overturned and abortion has been greatly restricted in many states, the abortion pill has superseded surgical abortions, accounting now for over 60% of all abortions. Preborn's network of clinics are on standby for women in their darkest hour. They meet them with God's love and free services to help them choose life. Through ultrasounds and the abortion pill reversal protocol, Preborn has rescued over 300,000 lives. So you can start this new year right by supporting life and donating to Preborn today. One ultrasound costs just $28 and $140 will help rescue 5 babies. So to donate, you just dial pound 250 and you say the keyword baby. Again, that's pound 250 and say the keyword baby, or you can donate securely at preborn.com/Candace. Again, that's preborn.com/Candace. All right. TikTok also, aside from us being back, TikTok is back. And apparently it was a very big deal, especially for Gen Z. I gave you guys the rundown of that. I told you why I was totally with Gen Z on it, the background of why they were getting rid of TikTok because they couldn't control speech. And it was, I don't think you understand how much of an emotional deal that pending deadline of Sunday was for Gen Z. Like, Gen Zers were deeply and emotionally impacted by the prospect of not being able to communicate on TikTok. So I just want to show you this one young woman, Emily, as the ban date was approaching. This was Emily on the internet.
And to the U.S. government, I'm never forgiving you for this. And I'm never going to trust you ever again, because you just, like that, took away millions of people's income and livelihood. And who does that? So I'm never trusting you ever again with anything.
So I'm starting to give up hope that there's going to be a Hail Mary moment at the end of this that's going to save this app.
I feel so dumb coming on the internet and crying about an app. But the fact is that this has been a sense of community for me for years now.
Yeah, it's been a sensitivity for her. So you understand the depth of that. I mean, tons of videos of young women crying. There's a massive TikTok celeb named James Charles. He's got millions and millions of followers. And he, too, was just didn't know what to do with this idea and this prospect of TikTok not being there for Gen Z. Take a listen.
I got to keep it real. I am crashing the out right now. I don't know what to do. Oh, my God. I've already opened and closed the app probably 6 times already just to keep getting the same stupid warning message. Oh, my God. Like, this just feel, I can't, this is so dystopian. First of all, I feel pathetic that I am freaking out like this over an application being unavailable on my phone. But also, like, this has been a massive part of our life for the last 6 years. And normally when something happens, I would get on TikTok and start complaining, and I can't even do that. I feel like disconnected. I feel cut off from the world and my community. This is crazy. This is crazy. God, and I can't, like, now I'm rooting for Trump? Ew! God, like, make America great again, I guess. God.
Well, you guys, I will say I found myself aligning with Gen Z, but for much, I would say, more severe reasons. And like I said, I think it was best exemplified when Rand Paul, right before the timeline was over, the doom date, as they were all walking the plank, he created his first TikTok ever. He joined TikTok for the first time with just like 48 hours left to spare. And he explained it much better about why he was joining it.
Why am I joining TikTok just as the government ban begins? Because I don't like being told what to do. I don't like being told what I can think or what I can say. The courts may think there's an exemption to the First Amendment. I don't. I joined TikTok today as a form of civil disobedience. To the 170 million Americans who use TikTok, don't give up, don't give in, resist.
And I want to say this, what he is saying is very true. Like, when they start coming for speech and they start selling you reasons for why, oh, well, it's because we're worried about Chinese data. Oh, it's because we're worried about, the rise of racism. Oh, we're worried about the rise of anti-Semitism. Never accept these excuses, ever, ever. Free speech is so important. We have to be warriors for speech, even to the point that I was willing to freely give my data to China because it's my decision. If I want to, here, have it. I know it's between China and the CIA. I don't really care. I find both to be a threat, if we're being honest. And that's kind of like the lesson in this, is that it was bigger than the concept that they were trying to sell to us. It was about controlling speech and censoring speech and wanting to control the internet. And by the way, it still is. Even though it's been restored, it still is. But I'm proud to announce that they only had to resist Gen Z for 12 hours because Trump, when he was about to assume office, asked all of the parties involved to just hold the line, and they did. TikTok was immediately restored 12 hours later. Much to the glee of Gen Z, somebody created this really funny GIF video on TikTok regarding them being restored.
Oh my God. It's a surreal feeling. We did it. We did it! Oh my God, we did it.
I think that's how they felt. Truly, that is how they felt, guys. So it's back, and you have Trump to thank right now. Temporarily, we'll see what happens.